Hey, what's going on YouTube? East New York's finest, hosted by Mike. Excuse me 1 second. Excuse me. Sorry about that. I would like to know people's thoughts on what they think about the new McFarlane 66 Batman line. And also what you guys think of all the new Marvel Legends coming out. Where you guys at when it comes to toys, accuracy, and how they take the old and new and blend it together? What do you guys think of like the new Marvel Legend BAF waves on the different looks of Apocalypse with the braids and a long hair, Cyclops with the crazy looking hair on the side? Like, what do you guys think of everything? What do you guys think of the new What If? I watched a couple of the episodes last night. I actually like it. The What If cartoon is actually pretty dope, man. Of course, you know, I'm trying not to get Marvel Legends unless I get them loose and for a good deal. Excuse me a second. I'm not even tired. I don't know why I'm yawning like this. I was sitting here watching videos for like 3 hours because I woke up early. I went to sleep early. And all of a sudden, as soon as I'm starting to do a video, excuse me. So sorry about that. Obviously, Saturday I met up with a brother by the name of Mark. His YouTube channel is Rated M. Again, it's good to meet people. You know, the guy I met on Monday, yeah, I'm not gonna say he wasn't a bad guy, but he was definitely a scalper, and it is what it is. You know, I personally don't like scalpers. From years of experience on dealing with a whole bunch of them, I've gotten into verbal and a couple of physical altercations with some of them over the years. So I don't really have a good rapport with scalpers. I've never met a scalper that was nice as far as them wanting to get everything. But then again, I can't. I mean, I don't know, because I did come across one dude at, oh my God, at the Vauxhall Target on Friday, a couple minutes before Mark got there. And he actually grabbed all 7 of the breaker that comes with the RAM cycle, which is ironic because I've seen 3. There was 3 in the Watch Home Target on Monday, last Monday, obviously. And I only took 1, and then when I found out Eddie needed one, I owed Eddie a lot of money for G.I. Joe stuff that we did deals on. So I was like, you know what? He was very anxious about it. So I said, yo, dude, take it. I'll get another one. Just to go to show the kind of person Eddie is, my boy Eddie. He actually said, well, you know, if you can't find another one, I give it back. So that just goes to show the kind of person I am and kind of person he is. That's why we have that rapport and we get along, because, you know, he gets it. But I was like, no, I'm actually looking at 2 right now. A dude grabbed all 7 of them, and I just stood there and I was like, so I stood there like, and I put my hands here because my natural instinct was to grab some of them from him. That's how upset I was, because I'm driving around all day Saturday trying to find this specific thing and the McFarlane Batman. So I'm like, and I'm shaking my head like, and I said, dude, really? Are you serious? And he's like, what? And I said, come on, you gonna grab all 7 of them? Come on, dude. Like, and he's like, oh, you need one? I said, no, I'm just standing here looking at you like. I said, dude, you got people with kids. You got a lot of people here wanting these things. You want to make money on it. I got no problem with that. But, bro, you got to take all 7. So he's like, oh, all right, well, here. So he just put 2 of them down. And I was like, I know I went like this to my face, like. And when I do something like that with my facial expression, it keeps me from swinging at a person. Now, some people might say, come on, dude, it's not that serious. No, it's not even about. I just don't like scalpers. I like I said, I've gotten into a lot of physical altercations over the years dealing with treasure hunts back in the early 2000s, especially when they opened up that new Target in the Flatbush Junction, right off of Flatbush Avenue and Avenue I / Nostrand Avenue. That's when they kind of meet. So they call it the Flatbush Junction. There's 2 junctions in Brooklyn. You got the East New York Junction, which is in East New York, Brooklyn. Well, really East New York / Brownsville, where you can, you know, meet the A train, the C train, the J train, the L train, and a couple of different buses that go to Queens and all different parts of Brooklyn. So that's called the Junction as well. And then, of course, if you walk on the block, you got the Long Island Railroad at Atlantic Avenue. So that's why they call it East New York Junction. Then, of course, the Flatbush Junction, you only have one train, which is the 2 and the 5 line. And then you have a couple of other buses. Some buses do go to Queens. But everything else basically goes to downtown Brooklyn or whatever and things like that. But anyhow, I've had issues with people. You know, that place, when that Target first opened, back in, when did it open? It wasn't 2000. It was, I think around 2006 or 7. And they used to, I mean, almost every time they got boxes of Hot Wheels, they got so many treasure hunts. It was crazy. So my experiences started way before then. It started in the 90s, back when the Star Wars Power of the Force stuff. So I don't have a really good track record with scalpers. Never did. You know, normally I keep to myself, and then I've had an issue with a scalper in Flatbush, the old Flatbush Toys R Us right off the Dell Parkway, which is the Toys R Us I grew up with my childhood. Dude snatched something out of Isaiah's hand, and I put my hands on the dude. I did. Not too far recently, I got banned from a Target for a while. I'm not going to say where in New Jersey, where somebody else snatched something out. Well, he kind of like coached it out of Isaiah's hand, and that pissed me off. First of all, you shouldn't be talking to nobody's children, and second of all, you definitely shouldn't be taking that out of nobody's child hand. So, and he said something slick, and I hit him. And we both got banned. He got banned for doing what he did, and I got banned for physically assaulting this guy. Sometimes, you know, the animal comes out of us, especially when it comes out of kids. And it's not even about over toys and stuff. It's just the fact that I don't, you know, I think the only thing you should say to a child is hello. When it comes, when you're in these places, you should never ask, hey, do you want that or what? Nah, unless you're giving it to the child. And even then, it's a slippery slope, because a lot of people do not like, especially in today's day and age with COVID and stuff. A lot of people just don't want you talking to their kids. Like, if I see a kid with a shoelace loose or something, I say, hey, buddy, or hey, little lady, you know, you should tie your shoe or something like that. I would say that. And that's as far as I would go. If a kid is doing something they're not supposed to do, I'm not going to be like, hey, don't do that. No, that's not my job. Keep those opinions to yourself. Like, dude, I don't care if you're trying to help or, nah, mind your business when it comes to that. You know what I mean? And everything you say to somebody's kid is a touchy subject, because some people may take it and view it the wrong way. And depending on what your race is, some people don't want certain races of people talking to their child or children. I mean, it is what it is. So, you know, all that stuff is a very, very slippery slope. You know what I mean? But anyhow, you know, getting back to this dude, it really pissed me off. But make a long story short, I got one for my boy Dave and one for me. He didn't even look at to see which boxes were better or whatever. I guess they all were in good condition. So I was pissed off about that. Like, you know, when I see stuff like that, it does get under my skin, like it would anybody. Some people might say, oh, well, yeah, you're only saying that because it didn't happen to you or it didn't happen in front of you. But trust me, if you're looking for certain things and you see somebody grabbing everything, you're going to be offended and upset as well. I don't care what you say or how you say it. One thing about me is, up here, I've always been genuine, and I always call the spade a spade. You can never catch me in a fabrication, because I don't fabricate, and I'm not a procrastinator neither. You know, I call a spade a spade. I call stuff exactly what it is. You can never call me on something, because I'm straightforward with it. You know what I mean? You can't be caught in a lie if you don't do it. You know what I'm saying? We all lie, but you know what I'm talking about. When it comes to stuff like this, I'm straightforward with it. You know what I mean? But anyhow, getting back to this. So I was actually doing some research, and I found out that McFarlane did come out with the Batmobile. I also found out that there's also the Batcave that's out, or his interpretation of it. I could definitely tell you from the gate, the McFarlane Batman and like this wave is definitely 100 times better than Mattel's. I would give them that. Even though Mattel's has better articulation, but it's just like being that they're not buff, they're not cartoonish or, you know, comic book masculine. You know, they're basically two guys from the 60s, and they put them in an outfit, so they're going to have like a regular person's body. So those proportions kind of make it a little difficult when it comes to certain joints. I mean, you know, these joints, McFarlane did actually hide them pretty well on how he did them. I do like the build. The Burt Ward and Adam West, they definitely look like him. Burt Ward is a shorter guy. It's funny because when you think about it, Alfred almost towers over Adam West's Batman, over his character. He was the guy who played Alfred was very tall, especially considering that he shouldn't have been taller than Batman neither. But anyway, the actor was taller. Then Cesar Romero's character, I think they made the Joker a little too tall. In the toy line, because Cesar Romero, if I'm not mistaken, I don't remember him being that much taller or even taller than Adam West. I could be wrong because it's been a while, but I don't think, and I think Caesar, I mean, he's over there. I should have put him over here too, but I think he's about the same size as Adam West's Batman, or the Batman from this McFarlane line. I do think that the paint apps on this is way better than, definitely way better than Mattel's. The bodies and everything are a lot more accurate. Of course, the head sculpts are more accurate. The paint schemes and everything is more accurate. Definitely. Well, the paint, I think the blue paint on the Mattel Batman is maybe a little more darker in color and closer to color as it is in the 66 Batman versus this one, because the colors are slightly off between the head cowl and the neck and the sorry for the glare, and the actual cape itself. I do like that they gave the material cape, which of course, you know, I guess he already knew that he was going to come out with the 66 Batmobile, so it made sense that, you know, that the cape was material, so that way you can fold it. Because if you look at the old 66 Batman TV series, their capes were never outside of the windows. It was always, you know, like they actually got in the car and the capes were tucked under them and behind them in the seat. It was never flowing out. Speaking of Batmobile, I got these because I knew that they were coming out with the Batmobile because I seen it on YouTube. But I didn't really pay that much attention to it. And then after doing my research, the one thing that gets me is I got these because I knew I wanted to get the 66 Batmobile, and then I was hoping that he was going to make a Batcave. Come to find out, I'm looking up comparisons and stuff on YouTube. This is why I love YouTube. People like myself are very, very selfless, and, you know, other people's videos can help you determine if you want to pick up something and or if something's out, because that's how I find out about a lot of this stuff, from a lot of viewers, a lot of different YouTubers. And I like giving my own interpretation on stuff because I'm not biased when it comes to this. I don't get Mattel or McFarlane or anybody sending me anything, and I know McFarlane. You know, we met plenty of time. He might not remember me now because I lost so much weight and I don't have the Mr. T haircut, but it gets to the point where he does interviews, we talk to each other, and he's like, hey, what's up, man? He knows. He might not remember my name, but, you know, I know him and I know his staff. You know what I'm saying? So, hold on. I mean, I know a lot of these guys, man. It's crazy. But, you know, he has gotten a lot better over the years. I would definitely say that he became a lot more friendlier. Because I met him years ago, man, and, you know, that's us. As you can see me, and you see the man himself. You know, I know a lot of these guys. I met them over years. You know, of course, you got me and Tamok. You know, the last dragon himself. I got thousands of pictures, man. But you know, here's me and the man Bruce Campbell. Sorry for the glare. This camera is killing me. But that's Bruce. That's me with my my Puma collaborated Ron English. I know him also. I met him through Lev. That's me at the show. Me and my man John Liquizamo. don't know if you guys can really see that. Me and Hebrew Brentley, he's an artist. He did a something $1 million piece of art for Jay-Z and Beyonce, but he's a upcoming artist as well, from Chicago, from Chi-Town. Really big and tall dude, tall guy too. So that's us. Me and Rob and Yao from Comic Book Men. I do a lot of work with I've done a lot of trading and stuff with him. Rob is a real good dude. Of course, me and the beautiful Karen Parsons. Really nice lady. That's Hillary from Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. I mean, I can go on and on, man. Me and James Reiner. I love him, man. Are you going faggot? That's from the Warriors. He was my favorite guy in the Warriors, and he was also in Fast and Furious 2. He's in a lot of movies, man. But those are my two memorable movies with him in it that I like. He was also on a Creep Show too with Ray Don Chang, whatever that damn name is. And of course the man himself, Mr. Paris. He's the guy who actually was the creator of Blue Beetle. Corey Smith, me and my son Mikey with Corey Smith at Mike and Chuck's Royal Collectibles back in 2016 or 17. We were ending, me, my niece Isaiah, and Jason David Frank, as we were wrapping up the last day, Sunday, for Comic-Con. Me and my boy David Yost, the Blue Ranger. Well, he's actually was my favorite Ranger, and of course me and the man himself, the Black Ranger, Zach. Of course, me and Mr. Ben, the original Ultraman, the original guy where they got the idea for the Power Rangers himself. the Ted DiBiase, the Honky Tonk Man. I'm not the Honky Tonk Man, Jimmy Hart. Me and Tommy in the background, me and Ron English, with me and Tommy again, me and my man Ralph Macchio. This is before that new Karate Kid show they got now. Ralph Macchio, real good dude. Me and my man DMC. I still got those sneakers to this day. I still got all that stuff to this day in the shadow box. Mark Separello, me and Hacksaw Jim Duggan and his wife. Oh! Who didn't like Hacksaw Jim Duggan? I actually have the plaque there. He signed my belt, and he also signed a piece of 2x4. And of course, me and the King, Jerry Lawler. I actually kept a guy from getting up in his face and shit too. He said, "Yeah, we need people like you doing security." Real cool guy. And of course, me and the late. This is like taking maybe 3.5, almost 4 months before his passing. So this really meant a lot to me, and I actually took it hard, because who didn't grow up liking Roddy Piper? Me and the man Jake the Snake. I never knew Jake the Snake Roberts was that tall. You know what I mean? I got so many signatures with this. And of course, you guys just saw me and Todd McFarlane, me and the G.I. Joe squad. This is a deal me and him did. Me and Robert again from Comic Book Men. Brought him that whole suitcase of when I lost my phone some time ago. Me and Yao Ming again. It goes on and on, man. But anyway, McFarlane, he definitely takes pride in his stuff. I do think that the Batcave is a little too small for this particular line, as well as I think that the Batmobile is a little too small for this line. I don't think it's long enough, and I definitely don't think that the seating position is big enough to where he should actually, technically, the center console area, where he flips that switch and go like that, right on the top, between where him and Robin sits. They basically it should be here, and even the windshield, the windshield itself, like, for Batman, it should be here, and for Robin, it should be there, because Robin is shorter, and, they shouldn't be over the the windshield. So I was actually thinking about taking these back, just because I got them, because I definitely wanted to put them in the Batmobile. That was the whole point of me getting the Robin and Batman. But then when I saw the Cesar Morero Joker, I was like, oh snap, okay, well, that's cool, because I really just wanted to get the Batman and Robin, and I was going to keep it as that. But Noah McFarlane, he'll probably do the whole wave. So I'm like, you know what, maybe I'll just keep these guys on card and take back another set, because my plan was to open one and keep the rest on card. Or maybe I'll just open Batman and Robin, because the Batmobiles will be like under $40. So, I mean, I'm not going to lie, getting a vehicle for a mainstream set for $30 or even $35 or even $40 is kind of pretty dope, considering that fact that, McFarlane does keep his stuff in a good price range compared to how everybody else is going up. I mean, come on, Marvel Legends back in the 2000s, they were like $8 in Toys R Us, $7.99, $8.99. Then they went to $9.99, and at $9.99, at $9.99 we were bitching, moaning, and complaining about that. Now you were paying $22 to $26 for a Marvel Legend now, and a 2-pack now is costing you like 50 something, almost $60. So it's like the price is crazy. And then on top of that, to get these 6-inch figures for just under 20, I mean, $18 is not bad. And again, like I said, the McFarlane, the paint apps and stuff on this is really good. But the only thing I do think that they messed up on Batman's cape, because the cape should actually be on top of his neck covering cowl instead of under it. That's the one mistake they made. I mean, could have glued it and make it look like it was tied over it? Yeah. Or they just could have just cut it and put it over that, because that's the way it's supposed to be. It's like his whole cowl with the neck piece that goes here should go on first, and then the cape supposed to go over it and then tie. I'm not really worried about the color of the cowl and the neck piece versus the cape. All the blues are different colors, because you're looking at the material of the cape, and then the different materials and the different plastics they're using for the hands, the crotch area, the boots, and the head. So the plastics are going to be slightly different. So the materials on the plastics are slightly different. Some are softer or harder than others. The paint's going to come out a lot different. You know what I mean? I actually like it. I am not gonna lie, and I do like the buckle on my Batman, because I've seen some other ones, and the gold is like very blemished, like it's very like padded on, and I'm not really a fan of it. But my Batman, I got two of them, because one I was gonna, like I said, I heard Rated M talking when we first met, and he was like, yeah, I put one on card and one off, and I said, that's a good idea, because I used to do that with the Marvel Legends. But come on, the Marvel Legends used to be like $8, $7.99 to $10. So getting two of the same one wasn't costing me nothing, compared to what you're paying now per figure. Now you get a wave of 6 figures, and Hasbro's still doing that build a wave figure where they have like one figure that has nothing to do with the wave. Like the figure comes, he or she doesn't come with anything to do with that build a figure, but they still add another figure, which makes no sense. Now, it's funny how I saw the pictures on the back of this, and I didn't notice this. Oh, well, here you go. The picture of that. Now, there are a lot of things off on the Batcave, especially knowing that, McFarlane does pay real homage to detail, but the railing to the ladder, the railing to everything is supposed to be like a metal, like aluminum, is not supposed to be yellow. I do like the fact that they did the yellow. I mean, they wanted to, make it colorful and stand out. Now, the Funko, was it 3-inch, 3/4, or 4-inch figures? I think, and those figures actually look pretty good. Like, to be honest, like, they have very limited movement. They have like old vintage, Kenner, Star Wars movement. Arms move back and forth. That's it. And head moves left and right. The pretty basic movement. These, they have a lot more movement. They have They have knee and elbow bend. I don't like the fact that the hips don't move out. Like, there's no hip movement. There's no real thigh pivot or even any real bicep pivot on these. But I guess, he did want to keep it basic as far as, giving them mobility, but, no ankle swivel or nothing, which I think that kind of hinders these a little bit. But, you're not going to have that much movement. I get it. I do get it. They are nice, and that's what drew me to it. When I first time I saw this was on somebody's YouTube channel, and then I think about a couple days to a week later, I saw him sitting on the shelf, and I went to grab at it, and I was like, yo, it looks good, and I was going to grab it. I said, you know what, I'm going to get them when I get all of them, when I get whatever is supposed to be out. So right now, I think wave 1 is him, Robin, and Joker, and I do love how McFarlane did that. I like the fact that he actually said, you know what, I'm going to put the three top and basic figures in a line first. So he did the Cesar Moraro's Joker, and of course he did Adam West as Batman, and oh God, now I forgot his name, and Burt Ward as Robin. And then he's, and then of course, if you can find it, but they did release the Batmobile and the Batcave. The Batcave, I think the Batcave goes perfect with the Funko 66 Batman and Robin. I've seen a lot of research on it, and I'm like, you know what? Because when I first saw reviews on these guys with the McFarlane Batcave, I wasn't too happy. I don't mind the stickers and everything else on it, on the play set, but the fact that he didn't include a floor, because you instead of you taking all these extra pieces and moving it and putting it somewhere, unless you go to Home Depot and get a piece of styrofoam, paint it up, add some stuff to it, and then add that little cardboard circle thing he gave, and then like somehow measure everything up to sit in flush with that piece as a diorama, it really wouldn't make any sense. Now, I'm pretty sure he did everything the way he did. I wouldn't say to rush it, but to make it a lot more feasible and a lot more inexpensive. But it's quality good. It's good quality work. A great idea on how McFarlane did it. I always commend McFarlane for how he does his stuff and the pride he takes in his stuff. Stuff is good. I don't really think that a lot of his toys have a huge value in it, considering how popular he is and stuff like that. His toy lines, like you look at the Tortured Souls and the Movie Maniac stuff. People used to joke and make fun of NECA stuff when he lost the license for that stuff, and NECA took it over because the paints and everything was a lot more inferior compared to what he does. But now you look at their stuff. NECA stuff is garbage when it comes to like posing it. Even if you put NECA stands on the figures, you use NECA's own stands that they make for these NECA figures, they still fall over, and depending on your climate, they're too top heavy. They'll have a portion of the body heavier on this side, so their figures are way off balance. Then I also heard, well, dude, the turtle stuff is exactly the same. And I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. Everybody's like, yo, the only thing they make really good is the Godzilla stuff. And I said, well, that makes sense, because since the Godzilla is just like one heavy piece and all the aerodynamic starts from up here, then it kind of goes down, so it has its own base with the tail and everything. So that makes sense why the NECA Godzilla stuff stands up better over time. Because I've had all of the Terminator and the aliens are the worst. All the aliens are just garbage. They're just not made well. NECA stuff is not made well to display. They fall over, they break. And when they fall over, they do break because of that. And I have my old NECA Christopher Reeve Superman, fall and break at the leg, and I had it on NECA's aerodynamic stand, and it still fell over and broke. That pissed me off. And I got rid of all that NECA stuff, because every time I turn around, every time I went back to my office, 1 or 2 figures would fall on the floor. I lost 3 figures that snapped and broke. And that was the reason why I got rid of my sideshow statues. I had 2 statues fall over. They shouldn't have. They didn't fall off the bestest. They just fell over because of the way they were made and because of climate. I mean, you know, if I'm not home or nobody's not home for a couple of hours, I'm not gonna blow AC all day in my house. You know, that doesn't make any sense. And the way this stuff was, there was no reason what it fell over due to the lack of poor support structure and their figures. And a lot of people out there had these issues with sideshow statues falling, crumbling over time, which that shouldn't happen if you make something. Or I mean, how can a company make bootleg messed up statues that cost $30-$40 that you can pick up in your local discount store, but then a mainstream company that's charging you $600 to over $1,000 on a damn statue, a comic or movie statue, and in a couple of months to a year, so it falls over. That doesn't make any damn sense. So you mean to tell me this high-end piece that I'm paying 95% more for this item can crumble and fall over? A lot more than a damn little plaster-made thing that I can pick up in your local discount store? That doesn't make any sense, man. But yeah, whatever. So I am contemplating on taking back maybe all of the 66 Batman stuff. Maybe I'll keep it. I don't know. But again, like I said, my whole plan was to get that. And then I was actually saying it would be cool if they make a Batcave. And I just saw videos on that. And I'm not going to say I'm not impressed with it. But when I first saw it, I was like, wait a minute. Wait. I had to go back and look at them again. Then I looked at a couple of other videos. And I'm like, the railing, everything is off. Like, there's like a couple of darker patches that goes over like those aluminum looking beams that sit on the side of the Batcave where the railings go. First of all, those railings should not be yellow. They're supposed to be like an aluminum. Everything's supposed to be aluminum, not yellow. So and of course the computer desks and all the computer stuff, it's not accurate. And you know, I'm a little shocked. I'm a little shocked and disappointed at the fact that, you know, knowing that, you know, McFarlane does pay extreme caution to detail, and knowing that the 66 Batman stuff is supposed to be his favorite line. I do think that the Batmobile is too small. It's not wide enough. It's not long enough. And it's not deep enough to where Batman and Robin sits flush. They should sit a lot better. Batman's head should be about right. This is the windshield. Batman's head should be here, and Robin's head should be here because Robin's a shorter character. And all that unpainted black, it leaves a lot of fingerprints and stuff because it's not painted right. Or it's unpainted, so it doesn't really protect it, but at the same time, you don't really have to worry about scuffs and paint chips and stuff on that, so I give it that. But it's ironic because the Mattel 66 Batman and Robin looks garbage. I never liked them, and they look terrible compared to what McFarlane did with these figures. Like, these look way better, but these will fit better in the Mattel Batmobile, and the Mattel Batmobile will go perfect with these. So I was thinking about hunting down a Mattel Batmobile and put these guys in it because it's bigger, it's longer. But then if you have that one and you decide to get the McFarlane Batcave, it's going to be too big and it's not going to look right with the Batcave because it's going to be too much out of scale with the Batcave. And it's bad enough, this Batmobile is too small for its own McFarlane Company figures, but at the same time, it's almost out of scale because it's too small for the figures, but it's kind of too large for the Batcave itself. The Batcave is too small. The Batcave also isn't really like the computer keyboard. I think personally, I think it looks nothing like an old computer keyboard from the 60s or even 70s. It looks too modern. It looks like it looks too modern. It's too small and too modern, even though everything's a sticker. I don't mind the sticker thing. I love the fact that they actually put the stickers on everything themselves from factory, versus you have to peel them on and figure out where to put what. I do like that. I like the fact that he actually, everything is compressed in a box versus you having this real huge crazy box where, it works. The way it's packaged, it works, but it's too small. I think if you're gonna go with the 66 Batcave, you should get your hands on. Personally, I think you should get your hands on a 4-inch Funko Robin and Batman, and then use their Batmobile to the Batcave, because their Batmobile also has better detailing and everything than McFarlane's Batmobile, and it's in perfect scale with McFarlane's Batcave, and is obviously in perfect scale with the Robin and Batman from Funko, except if you try to put them in the car, unless you cut off their cape and get a piece of material that's the same color as Batman's and Robin's, and you glue it onto the figures, and you put the figures in there, it will be perfect. So yeah, it's funny because, again, as I said, and I can't stress enough, in my most humble opinion, I basically think that the McFarlane Batman and Robin are basically too big and too tall for McFarlane's Batmobile. And again, the Batmobile was the main reason why I got these figures. I got them because I was like, okay, well, if he's doing this, hopefully he'll do a Batmobile. And then I seen the Batmobile real quick in somebody's video, and then, I walked in the store and I saw this, and I was going to pick it up, but I was like, you know what, I'll wait for them to get all of them. I didn't know what wave he had, but I'm guessing wave 1 is him, Robin, Joker, probably the Batcave, and the 66 Batmobile. So, will there be a Bat helicopter later on with Series 2? Who's going to be in Series 2? Is it going to be Riddler, Catwoman, or is he going to do Eartha Kitt's Catwoman along with the other Catwoman? Because remember, that the 66 Batman TV series had 2 Catwoman. They had the white lady, and then they had the black Catwoman, which is Eartha Kitt. So there was 2 different Catwomen on that show. So who's gonna be in wave 1? I mean, on wave 2, and is wave 1 this popular to where he'll continue doing a wave 2? I mean, who knows? Because right now I haven't seen a Batcave and a Batmobile in Target, and now knowing so much and doing so much research on the Batmobile and the Batcave, do I want to get them? Or do I want to give these back? Like, do I want to take these back, or do I want to keep just one set? Do I want to just keep the Batman and Robin and still open it with the Batmobile? But then no, because I'm gonna feel real funny knowing that. I mean, it's so much wrong with that Batmobile. McFarlane, Todd, I love you. I love your toys. But it's just so much wrong with that Batmobile. It's under scale for the figures, and it's too out of scale for the Batcave. And the reason being is because the Batcave should be bigger. The computers should be a little wider and a little larger, because back then, back then, computers were big and stuff, and the computers are too small. Especially them long, big ones, they're too small it is too small. The keyboard is too new looking and too small. Everything is too small. The railing and everything, I know he wanted to go with a nice color to make it pop more, but it's not accurate to the TV series. Everything should be aluminum. There are some, it should be more accurate. It doesn't matter if it costs $30 or $40. If it's a real inexpensive set, and it gives you that option to at least display it. It just should be more accurate, especially coming from McFarlane Toys, knowing how he pays real close attention to detail. I'm just kind of disappointed in the Batcave. The colors are off on a lot of this stuff, and it's under scale for the it's under scale for the Batmobile and the Batman figures, and the Batmobile is just way off. Not the right scale. The figures don't sit flush to how they should sit, and that unpainted gray just throws me off. I think if you're gonna go with these figures, you should go out there and hunt down the Mattel Batmobile. I think the Mattel Batmobile is perfect for these because the actual bat symboled hubcap covers on the tires should be red. I mean, on the rims should be red, not unpainted gray like the rest of the hubcaps. The smokestacks or exhaust pipes, whatever you want to call them. The exhaust itself, everything should be chrome. I don't think it would have cost them much to do it, but I guess they were looking at time, and I don't know. I don't really know what they were thinking and why they did it, but I'm not happy with it. I was really impressed with these. I did notice some discrepancies. The fact that the articulation isn't that good as far as whatever, but I do understand that I guess he wanted to keep it closer to. He wanted to be articulated, but at the same time, he didn't want it to be so over articulated that the stuff would look funny, like all the joints and stuff would look funny. I get that, and I do like them. It does. I mean, I do think it's not enough skin around the eyes for the Batman. It's like his eyes are a little too big. Like when you think about it, I mean, it should be, the eyes should be a little smaller, and you should see more eyelid and stuff around the cowl. But you know, for what it is, I mean, come on, it's a 6-inch toy. It's not Hot Toys or whatever. And you know, but it does look like Adam West. It has his facial features, the body, everything says Adam West on it, and definitely Burt Ward, like that is him. I mean, that is definitely him. You look at them, and they are the best interpretation. I mean, they look like dumbed down, cheap toy versions of the Hot Toys, Adam West and Burt Ward, and that's a compliment because they look very good. And I think the next toy under this that look good is the Funko ones. I think the Funko ones look really good, the colors and everything. And again, like I said, it would probably be good to have the McFarlane Batcave and put the Funko 66 Batman, Robin, and the car with that. I think it goes perfect. It'll be a great diorama because you will see the entirety of the Batcave along with the figures and the car. There wouldn't be no real hindering because of the scale size. You know what I mean? So I think that's perfect. And again, if you just want to go with Batman and Robin, of course, the Mattel 66 Batman looks like crap. The paint apps are a little better than what McFarlane did with the Batman and stuff, as far as like the different colors and stuff. But the bodies and stuff look so ugly and doofy on the Mattel. I would definitely say the McFarlane 66 Batman and Robin with the Mattel Batmobile, because it's highly detailed, it's all chromed out and everything. That's what I would think. I would think the McFarlane Batman and Robin with the Mattel Batmobile, and I would say the Funko 66 Batman and Robin and Batmobile with the McFarlane Batcave. I think that stuff scales perfectly together. Again, the Batcave is underscaled. It's not long enough, and it's underscaled for these figures. And the Batmobile is not a bad looking piece, but it just looks real cheap next to these two figures. Like, the fact that he did these figures so nice and that Batmobile just looks like crap. I don't like it. So I don't know what I'm gonna do with these figures yet. I'm contemplating on taking them back because, again, like I said, I did want to get these just cause I saw a video on the Batmobile, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna get that. I'm gonna get them, and I'm gonna put them in the Batmobile. And I don't like the way they look in the Batmobile. they're too high up over the windshield. It just doesn't look right. So anyway, thanks for watching. This video wound up being a lot longer than it's supposed to have been, because I wound up going like I always do, off the beaten path. But anyway, let me know what you guys think. Peace, love, and hair grease out there to you guys. Thanks for watching. Please like, sub, and share. Peace.